As they say in PIHL hockey, let's do that PIHL hockey. It's Grudge Match Monday, you might say, on PIHL Hockey Night Live, presented tonight by Weight Loss Direct. And we are coming at you from the Ice Castle in Castle Shannon in the trackside rink, where the two-time PIHL Division II champion Neshannock Lancers visit a team that is about to open its regular season for 2022-2023, a team celebrating over half a century of excellence on the ice, the Bishop Canevin Crusaders. Hello, good evening, and welcome. I'm Matt Popchock. Glad you could be with us for another night of Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League hockey. It's a Division II Gold Division matchup between the Lancers and the Crusaders, warming up to our left and right, respectively. And last year, it was the Crusaders that beat Neshannock by 6 points for the Gold Division title and swept the regular season series in order to clinch the division title. But it was the Neshannock Lancers 1 year, one calendar year after becoming the first ever Lawrence County team to win a PIHL championship, successfully defending their crown. Neshannock went into the playoffs where they beat Elizabeth Forward 6-2 in the quarterfinals. They edged Ringgold 4-3 in the semifinal round. And then in the Division II championship game, the Lancers edged Canevin 2-1 at the Lemieux Complex in Cranberry Township to earn back-to-back crowns. And both teams have experienced a changing of the guard in goal, and we'll get to that later, but both teams also return a number of impact players at the other positions. For the Neshannock Lancers off to our left, you're going to want to keep an eye on Micah DeJulia, number 95 in dark tonight, the junior forward who's already got 7 points in his first two regular season contests this year. Neshannock opening with a resounding 13-1 drubbing of Central Valley on October 3rd, followed by a 6-1 win over neighborhood rival Wilmington last Monday night. And DeJulia last year had a big goal for Neshannock in that Division II championship game against the Crusaders. And DeJulia last year, 14 goals, 19 points, 3 power play tallies, and a shorty. So definitely going to want to keep an eye on number 95 in dark gray and red this evening. And for Neshannock, the kids are all right. And one kid in particular is all right, Nick Bucci. 4 goals, 10 points already in just his first 2 games as a freshman. Wearing number 16 for Neshannock, he'll be one to keep an eye on as well. Neshannock returning also from last year's team, we want to point out Gio Valentine, who had the game-winning and championship-winning goal for the Lancers last spring. Valentine already with 8 points in those first 2 dominant victories to begin this season for the Lancers. Valentine wearing number 8 for Neshannock on your rosters this evening. Returning to the program for his junior season after a 28-point year a year ago that included 13 goals and 3 of those goals coming on the power play. Neshannock, what a job Mark Multeri has done with that program. On the other bench, Eric Glover, one of the seasoned veterans of high school hockey coaching here in Western Pennsylvania, is manning the bench for Bishop Canevin for another year. And he has really got this program on the cusp of returning to its past glory, a glory that included 8 Penguins Cup titles and 3 state championships before the program had to shut down for a season 5 calendar years ago. And since then, Canevin has reinvented itself as a co-op program, which is what the Neshannock Lancers are as well. Canevin co-oping players from the Keystone Oaks and Seton LaSalle districts to help them fill out their team over the last 4 years. And the Crusaders last year defeated Morgantown in the quarterfinal round of the Division II playoffs and defeated Wilmington, another Lawrence County team, 5-1 in the semifinals before bowing to Neshannock in that aforementioned championship game. They were victorious twice over the Lancers, as I said, in regular season play, 3-1 at Hess Ice Rink on October 18th of 2021, and then they blanked the Lancers 2-0 in this building on November 8th of 2021, the day after my daughter was born, I might add. Interesting little side nugget there. The Crusaders, they're getting it done with a lot of experienced players, or they're going to have to this year. A 19-man roster that consists of 16 seniors and juniors combined. 6 of 7 players that had at least 10 points last year are back in 22-23 for the Crusaders, including their leading scorer from a year ago, Ty Sarakowski, who is 7th in Division II scoring with 35 points. He had 23 goals on the season, including 1 on the power play and 2 shorthanded. Sarakowski, in fact, had the game-winning goal in that October 18th, 2021 meeting at Neshannock and scored a goal, a big insurance marker for the Crusaders to ensure their regular season sweep of the Lancers last season. So all that remains is puck drop, and for that matter, to see who will get the nod and goal for these Division II Gold Division clubs tonight. They've both graduated, very solid, very capable goaltenders, but both have very capable goaltenders returning. The presumed starter for Neshannock will be the senior Gavin Rennick, as the Crusaders break their pregame huddle. They're just about ready to rock and roll.
No, he's good. He's good there. He's good down there.
And we are just about ready to go. In game number 1 of our doubleheader, coming up later, we have an opening night rematch. A game you saw just a couple weeks ago here on 10 Band TV between Baldwin and Seneca Valley, with this time the Highlanders playing host. And that ought to be a dandy as well, so you want to stay tuned for that one, presented by Weight Loss Direct here on 10 Band TV. But right now, these Division II rivals have a score to settle from last spring, and the Bishop Canevin Crusaders have a season to begin and another championship to chase as they get a clean slate and a clean sheet of ice here in their friendly confines, the Ice Castle, a legendary building in Castle Shannon, a southern suburb of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And it is indeed Gavin Rennick getting the nod and goal for Neshannock. He actually faced the Crusaders and took the loss for his first appearance of last season in a backup role, making 21 saves in that October 18th, 2021 contest. And for Bishop Canevin, it is Aiden Worstall, the junior, who got credit for one win last year and appeared in a couple of games as a backup, playing a combined 78 minutes. And the Lancers are fired up. We hope you are too. But it's the Crusaders who control the opening faceoff as they attack from right to left on your computer, TV, or mobile device to begin the game. And here's Ben Andreyko getting the red line and sending it up ahead to Ty Sarakowski. Sarakowski from the far corner tries to center it in front for Ryan Saginaw. That pass was broken up neatly by the Lancers defense, and they get it into the Canevin end before it's played by Andreyko defensively at the far corner. Lancers generate some traffic behind Worstall as this puck is cleared the length of the ice, and this is going to be an icing call against Bishop Canevin, so we get our first stoppage just 34 seconds into the game. We saw referee Hendry just a week ago. Referee Morgan, however, will drop this puck to the right of Worstall, the junior netminder, and the Lancers immediately wrap it on net. Good stick tie up there defensively by the alternate captain of Canevin, Mason Glover, as the Crusaders reset defensively and get it up ahead to center. Puck dribbles in over the Neshannock blue line, but the Lancers take it over right in front of their own bench. But they turn it over to Bishop Canevin. Canevin pulling up at the right hash. Glover plays it deep behind the net for Sarakowski. Sarakowski watches this puck go out in front. Canevin unable to get a clean shot on net with that bouncing puck. And Glover is stick check there by DeJulia, the junior, with a good back check there to break up that play defensively. Canevin keeping it alive, left point. Glover watches it go down low. Now Glover has it at the left point. Glover through a crowd, in on goal, save made by Rennick, and he holds for a rebound. Well, Rennick has played 2 regular season games for the Lancers as their starter, and he's got 2 victories already. 17 saves on 19 total shots faced in those games, which computes to a goals against average of 1 and a save percentage of .895. Again, it was Rennick taking the L the last time these teams met up in Lawrence County. Face-off coming up to his right, won by Neshannock. And the Lancers get it up through center. Giving chase defensively is Max Warhold for Bishop Canevin behind his own net. Turned it over. And it's played now by Marcelo Sarasi. Sarasi to the near boards for Alberti. Alberti between the circles to nobody in particular except a bunch of white jerseys. Canevin counterattacking in earnest. And this puck from the left circle was put on goal and squeezed by Rennick as Jack Masterka, the sophomore, pulled the trigger. Two minutes in, still no score. Puck play to the half wall, both teams fighting for it. And it comes loose to the Lancers defensively as they play it back to their own bench. Canevin sends it deep. Neshannock will have to play it deep in their own zone one more time, but they won't be able to as Canevin steals it. Comes around to the near side, left point. Cole Evan with a keep, but not for long. Neshannock skating back to center, 2-on-2. And now that's Brian McConaughey, the junior forward, content to just gain center ice and dump it in as Molteri wants a line change. And here comes Canevin the other way. Here's Millay. Millay puts it off a leg. Good gap control there by Christopher Johns. Crusaders pursuing aggressively behind the Neshannock goal. And here they come. Here's Golembuski. Up to the left point to Cavato. That shot never made it through, but Rennick was ready. And now it comes back to center off a Lancer stick. That outlet pass too heavy, and so the Crusaders will send it back into the Neshannock zone, and Rennick has to deflect that puck aside from distance before it goes up into the Neshannock bench and out of play. Eric Glover calling for a line change before this offensive zone faceoff. And it'll come to the left of Gavin Rennick. Neshannock wins it and clears its zone. In hot pursuit, Gio Valentine. Valentine on one hand. Pulls around, tries to center it. Oh, unable to set up to Julia. And here comes Canevin the other way. Over the line is Saginaw. Saginaw drifting, shooting. That went wide. And the follow-up is put off the body of Rennick by Ty Sarakowski, the Canevin captain. Good keep at the right point there by Parzinski. And behind the net it goes. Glover to the half wall for Sarakowski and right into the left paw of Gavin Rennick. Nifty glove save there to keep us scoreless 4 minutes in. And Neshannock's going to change it up again. So will Bishop Canevin before this face-off, which again comes in Lancer territory. Up ahead now to Sarasi. Sarasi from the left hash. Canevin getting in the way of that centering pass, and the Crusaders counterattack. Over the line comes number 14 of Bishop Canevin as he is dispossessed by the Neshannock Lancers defensively. And that was deep in his own corner. McConaughey, Brian McConaughey playing that puck as Canevin comes back through center. Kalanish taking a shoulder bump there as he gets this puck back into the Lancer zone. Back to center it comes now. And the Lancers will play it in front of the Canevin bench. Crusaders retreat defensively. Here's Warhold with it. Out in front of his own goaltender. Sort of a risky play there, but no harm done. As this puck goes off a shoulder, that of Warhold. Hard shot there by Alberti. And now it goes up into the Crusader bench with just about 5 minutes gone by in a scoreless first period. So far, the tight game that we expected between these two D2 finalists from a year ago. And the Crusaders technically win the faceoff, but have to go all the way up to center to play the puck, but they will. And the centering pass is deflected just wide. A good effort there by Saginaw, but there were just too many dark jerseys in the way. Sarakowski. Murphy dumps it back to center. And here come the Crusaders. Here's Saginaw. Saginaw to the goal. He shoots. Save made. Rebounded. Swiped off the goal line. Morgan blows his whistle as the net is dislodged. As Saginaw and DeJulia have words to the right of Gavin Rennick. A great hustle early in this game by the Crusaders, but unable to beat the Neshannock senior thus far. Crusaders really tilting the ice here in this first period. Another face-off in Lancer territory. And this one will go to the boards. Neshannock, to its credit, holding their own in the face-off dot in the early goings. But a turnover there and a chance possibly for Canevin, but they're unable to take control of that puck as it was poked to the corner by Kenton Jones III, the defenseman. And here comes Neshannock in transition. Gio Valentine up ahead. Shrugs off a man, goes to the corner. Valentine, a massive forward out there, playing in his junior season. Now Canevin coming the other direction. Setting pass out in front, it's broken up. A good play there by DeJulia on the back check. DeJulia plays a strong 200-foot game as he has demonstrated early on. Now Valentine, one-on-one. He shoulders a man, stands him right up. That was Glover. And Canevin fans appreciate the effort from Glover to dislodge that puck and break up any potential scoring chance for the Lancers as the Crusaders are trying to make a change behind the play. Sarakowski gets it deep and hustles in after his own dump in. Lancers are going to get there first, and they're going to get it back to center. Here's a chance the other way for Will Kinchlow, the sophomore. On goal it comes, and Worstall will play it conservatively. Neshannock just trying to do anything it can to tilt the ice. We've seen some good looks for Canevin in the early moments of this first period. Crusaders looking like an eager team here in its regular season opener. One of only a couple PIHL teams that has yet to begin its 2022-2023 season. Sort of a scheduling oddity, if you will. But here's a chance the other way for one of the Crusaders, but it's going to be swept out of there before Ian Tiernan could get to that puck by Rennick. Good patient play there by Rennick not to panic. Now it comes to Cole Evan at the near boards. Neshannock stand its ground, though, and they ice this puck with 9:39 to go in the first, and we are still scoreless here at the Ice Castle. Face-off win for the Crusaders. Here's a shot in on goal. Glove save! Misterka had time, Misterka had space, but Rennick has the puck. And so we'll drop it again from the same spot. Crusaders push it behind the net. Gathered in by Sarasi defensively. He gets it up, and it's skated back to center. Good work there by Logan Quigley, the senior, to get it to the corner. Brian McConaughey rubbed out of the play by a couple of Crusaders. McConaughey gets back up and tries to put it toward the net. That was blocked before it made it anywhere close. And now Canevin comes back 2-on-2. Crusaders want to complete the line change here and get some numbers, but a giveaway there will nip that in the bud. And here comes McConaughey the other way for Neshannock. McConaughey on the off wing around a man. McConaughey lost the puck. A break there for Bishop Canevin. As Nathan Cavato got outmaneuvered there by McConaughey. No icing, says Hendry, as we approach the midpoint of a scoreless first period. Loose puck out in front and atop the blue paint. Rennick will cover before Saginaw can get himself a cheapie. Well, at the risk of sounding like a broken record, or I guess for the kids today, a broken MP3, there's a face-off to Rennick's right. And Neshannock wins this particular draw, but they can't clear it. Here's Glover swallowing that puck at the left point to the half wall for Saginaw. Saginaw through a crowd. Scores! Ryan Saginaw nuzzles that nylon from long range. And Bishop Canevin takes the 1-0 lead with 8:23 to go in the first period. Now, for some reason, a penalty was put up on the scoreboard here at the trackside rink here at Ice Castle, but we can assure you that was an even strength goal for the Crusaders. Oh, I'm being corrected by my producer. Apparently there was a penalty before the face-off, it was a roughing call on Kent Jones. I missed it. I apologize as Rennick makes that save. So it is a power play goal for Ryan Saginaw. We did not see an official skate to the scorer's table. At least I did not. We did not see an official signal of any kind. At least I did not.
That's cool. It worked, though. That's awesome, dude.
So we'll say that 12 seconds into the power play for Bishop Canevin, the first power play of the game for either team as this puck goes out of play, far side, that the Crusaders have a power play goal and a 1-0 lead. That was literally blink and you missed it. I blinked and I missed it.
We're not even watching the game. We're a team.
And you just heard the penalty announcement a couple seconds ago to corroborate my producer, Todd Kazarowski. But here comes Valentine the other way, and he shoots just wide of the far post. Valentine is so dangerous, and you don't want to give him that kind of room if you're Bishop Canevin. But he whizzes that shot wide, and here comes Saginaw centering out in front. Oh, on the doorstep with a yawning net to shoot at was Andrejko, but the pass didn't connect.
Oh, nice play. Holy shit. Oh, that sounded good.
Saginaw to the point. Kept alive by Bishop Canevin's Justin Lashley as he sends it around the boards. And to the left point where Cavato plays it. Bouncing puck. It's loose between the circles. The Lancers unable to clear. Here's a snapshot from center point that's blocked. Crusaders still have it. And from a bad angle, it's fired off the glass and kept alive at the left point by Saginaw. What a first period for Saginaw. Oh, what a shot pass. Sarakowski couldn't finish. Kept alive illegally off a couple of Canevin gloves. Not a hand pass, they say. Wrist shot goes wide. Canevin absolutely feeling it right now with a 1-0 lead in the first period. And finally, Rennick says enough's enough as the teams see their emotions boil over for a brief moment. Now, Neshannock doesn't want to get into any more penalty trouble than they've already gotten into as Kent Jones, unbeknownst to us, had to take a skate of shame there a couple seconds ago on the Ryan Saginaw goal. Off the face-off, here's Glover playing it defensively for Canevin. Crusaders send this puck to the far corner as one of the Lancers lost an edge behind his own net. Bishop Canevin playing this within its own blue line. A misplay there and a giveaway to the Lancers. One of the Crusaders overskating between the circles, and it's turned over again. Sort of a sloppy sequence there as John Moniotis had that puck and tried to get it to center point before the man was rubbed out of the play. That was 79. Ben Hamilton, the sophomore defenseman for Neshannock. And Hamilton was really driven to the ice. Nothing called with under 6 to go in the first period, and the Crusaders leading 1-0. The action starting to pick up at both ends as this puck takes a weird bounce back to the center circle. Jake Fabricant, the defenseman, will send it deep, and the Lancers will complete a partial change on the fly here. Outlet pass, a little too strong there.
Oh my God.
And that was Quigley unable to take that puck.
God, I hope nobody's watching this today.
Quigley unable to play it in the right wing circle, and here comes Canevin the other way. Malay dropping it. Here's a slap shot on goal, rather. That's denied by Rennick. .50-50 puck battle near side. Won by Neshannock, but Bishop Canevin gets a shot on net from long range, and that was Evan pulling the trigger on that one. Cole Evans with an S, excuse me. He is listed as Evan on our official Canevin roster, so we apologize for that oversight. And here come the Lancers 2-on-1. McConaughey on the off wing, unable to take the pass, but the Lancers have it, and they put it off the body of Worstel, who squeezes off that near post to make the save on both scoring chances there for the Lancers. Bucci from the corner. And it deflects in on goal where Worstel will smother for a face-off in Canevin territory. Well, if you're a Yinzer, you're obligated to say 4-1-2, and that's how much time's left in the first period. Bishop Canevin leading Neshannock 1-0 on a power play goal by Ryan Saginaw, the junior forward. Crusaders opening their regular season tonight, and for the Neshannock Lancers, who are already 2-0, they've won one game as a home team and technically one game as a road team. This is their first real road trip of the season, and really, for that matter, their first real test of any kind on the young season. On goal, it scores! Bucci main dribbles it in behind Worstel, and we've got a new hockey game. 1-1 the score with under 4 minutes to play in period one. Nick Bucci, the freshman, his 5th goal of the season already in his 3rd game. And Bucci just kind of reached back with one hand with that stick hand, and he just tried to get a piece of it however he could, and it just barely dribbled beyond the reach of Worstel and over the Canevin goal line before the net came off. Hey, they all count. And the Lancers have some life here. And Gio Valentine, how many big games did he have for the Lancers last year in their 2nd consecutive championship run? He gets the primary helper on that tap-in goal by Bucci. We've seen lots of freshmen here on PIHL Hockey Night Live have big games, and got to tell you, that's a guilty pleasure. I love seeing these 9th graders crack the varsity roster and go out and make a name for themselves and prove themselves against these older kids that they're playing against, and we've seen a lot of that in the early part of the season. Season not even 3 weeks old, and here you have another freshman, Nick Bucci, off to a fabulous start for his Neshannock squad. 5 goals on the season, including 1 tonight in the latter moments of this first period. Canevin back on the attack. Sarakowski trying to create space. Goes to Saginaw. Saginaw to the goal. Lost it at the last moment. I couldn't tell if that was poke checked or if it just rolled off of Saginaw's stick, but either way, the Lancers dodge a bullet. Sarakowski back 1-on-3 now, drifting to the right hash mark. Down low it comes for Andrejko. Andrejko to the near corner with a penalty coming up against Neshannock. Extra attacker about to come on for the Crusaders if they can maintain possession of the puck, but they won't as Jones touches up for Neshannock. And now we will have a penalty on the Lancers. Again, of this much we are certain. And again, it is Kent Jones who will feel shame for 2 minutes and then get free. Or is it? Jones was opening the door to the penalty box as if he was going off. But instead, they're going to get Marcelo Sarasi, the junior. Canevin 1-for-1 on the man advantage already, trying to take back the lead on the power play. Oh, there it is. Too many men on the Lancers being served by Sarasi. I was going to say, I didn't see what exactly Sarasi did there, but there you have your explanation, and here the Crusaders have another power play. They get a face-off win, and they have the puck along the right boards. From the right hash mark, it's sent up to the right point for Max Warhold. Monitoring the play is number 10 of the Crusaders. That's Kalanish. It's loose in front and covered somehow long enough to elicit a whistle by Rennick. The Crusaders could not locate that puck, and if one of them could have, this would be a 2-1 hockey game. Neshannock a bit fortunate there. Not just to not concede the goal, but to get the whistle when Rennick didn't entirely have that puck covered, it appeared. 1:43 to go in the first, 1:29 to go in the power play in a 1-1 game. Tie up in the corner. And the Lancers doing a good job of taking time off the penalty clock here as it's kicked loose. Great one-on-one battle there, and great work defensively by Quigley to send it the length of the ice. That was McDonough, I believe, doing the dirty work for Neshannock. And here comes Canevin trying to center this puck. It's broken up and cleared by McConaughey. McConaughey having a really nice shift for Neshannock here on the penalty kill as this puck is kicked off of Neshannock's skate. That of Cole Evans. And let's see what the Crusaders can come up with on special teams here in the final minute of first period play. Right down the middle, Sarakowski. Sarakowski to the goal. Sarakowski shoots. Oh, he put it just wide of the top corner. And now we get another whistle and a stoppage in play here with 45 seconds left. What's the call here? They're going to say, I think the net might have come off. Now, Hendry kept pointing in the general direction of the Neshannock bench. But I think that's all it was. I think the net just came off. And so Canevin wins the faceoff with 40 to go. Parzinski with it, center point for Glover. Crusaders trying to negotiate that uncut ice as Glover wraps it wide of the net from long range. And the Lancers, get it clear. Good work by the Neshannock penalty kill this time. And it looks like this game is going to stay 1-1, barring something on this last rush for Canevin, should the Crusaders mount one. Offside as Rennick loses his goalie stick for a second time in the final minute of play. And I think that was part of the whistle too. I think they saw Rennick lose his goalie stick and saw him in a compromised position and decided to blow the whistle just to help out the defenseless young man. So now with 9 seconds left, we get a face-off in Bishop Canevin territory. Let's see if the Lancers have some late period magic. To the point for Alberti. Alberti through a crowd and wide. Jones from the half wall. It's loose at the side of the net. And played off the post as the period ends. Oh, late power play goal by Ryan Saginaw, the junior of Bishop Canevin, and a nifty answer by the freshman Nick Bucci of Neshannock. And after one, it is 1-1 between the visiting Lancers and the host Crusaders. I'm Matt Popchock, and you're watching PIHL Hockey Night Live on 10-Band TV, presented by Weight Loss Direct. Back here at the Trackside Arena at the Ice Castle in Castle Shannon. 1-1 the score between the Neshannock Lancers and Bishop Canevin Crusaders, as the Crusaders' first period goal scorer, Ryan Saginaw, was assessed an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty with 9 seconds left in the first period. So the Lancers have their first power play of the night and a carryover power play for that matter for another 1 minute and 51 seconds. Canevin really with a big territorial edge in that first period, but it feels like the Lancers have made this a brand new game and a chance to really change the complexion of things early in the second period with Saginaw in the sin bin. McConaughey dropping back to Fabricant. Up ahead of Gio Valentine. Bucci giving chase on the power play for the Lancers. And McConaughey pressuring to knock the man off this puck, but Canevin will be able to clear it. Michael Parzinski, the senior, with some good work there in his own end. And the Crusaders have it again, and they'll kill some time on the PK here as this puck is fired from long range, unintentionally off the stomach of Jake Fabricant, the senior defenseman of Neshannock. But the Crusaders have it again as Neshannock is having trouble getting its power play set up. The Lancers had one of the top power plays in the second division last year in the PIHL, as this wrist shot from the high slot area is denied easily by Aiden Worstel. And the Crusaders get another clear. Andrejko doing the honors this time, half a minute to go in the unsportsmanlike minor on Saginaw. 15 and a half to go till the ice cut here at Ice Castle. 1-1 your score. Game one of a grudge match Monday doubleheader, as these two teams are meeting for the first time since the Division II Championship round last season. Puck up into the Lancer bench, and later on we'll have Baldwin and Seneca Valley, with Baldwin playing host, and the Highlanders edged Seneca Valley in an exciting opening night game in Warrendale back on October 3rd that you saw here on Hockey Night Live. Shot from distance, save made, rebound, score! Marcelo Sarashi smashes home the rebound with 9 seconds left on the Neshannock power play. The Lancers have rallied and they have their first lead of the night with 15-17 to go in the second. A seesaw special teams battle between last year's Division II finalists here at the Ice Castle. Oh, that's got to be a kick in the teeth to the Crusaders, who did such good work on that penalty kill, but just one look was all it took. The Lancers got a face-off win, got a shot on net, and a great puck-off pads play there by Sarasi, the junior, who nets his first goal of the season. And it gives Neshannock the lead here on the road. Good keep there, center point by Warhold. As this puck bounced wide, oh, Warhold almost had himself a fortuitous goal there. Crusaders thought about running a backdoor play, but this time they'll think the better of it as Misterka turns around and it's deflected just wide. And off the boards, it is covered by Rennick as tempers flare once again behind the Neshannock goal. Marcelo Sarasi giving Neshannock the lead early in the second period. The Crusaders trying to channel their frustration into an equalizer here as they get an offensive zone draw and they win it to the left boards. Shot from distance is wide of the net. Played in the corner by Saginaw. And Saginaw wins this 50-50 puck battle in the corner as it goes off in Neshannock skate. Played out in front, bounding puck. Pushed to the corner by Valentine, but not out. Lancers having trouble clearing it. Here's Parzinski getting it deep. And out in front, Andrejko too well covered. Valentine has it for Neshannock defensively, and he Murphy dumps it through center. Crusaders give chase all the way back to their own corner. It will not be icing. As they say, Canevin dummied that puck, and Mason Glover sends it up ahead to Sarakowski. Sarakowski in stride. Down the right wing, running out of room to do anything with that puck, though. So it goes around the boards where it's accepted by Glover. Sarakowski putting a hard retaliatory shoulder there into one of the Lancers, far corner. And that gets the Canevin faithful fired up. Shot from the point, deflected wide. And a penalty coming up here. Who's it going to be against? It's going to go against the Lancers. A hooking call. And let's see who the guilty party is. It is Micah DeJulia. That's not a player you want to lose for any length of time if you're Mark Multeri. 13:24 to go in the second period, and Canevin already with its third power play opportunity of the night. They're 1 for 2. Parzinski off the Canevin face-off win to the half boards for Sarakowski. Sarakowski shoots. Glove save by Rennick. And just not a lot of space for Sarakowski to shoot, and he did what he could with it. Rennick stood his ground. Another face-off win for the Crusaders. Here's Parzinski with all kind of space. Puts it off the toe of Rennick. And it comes to the boards for Parzinski again. Deflected off goal. Parzinski coughed up that puck along the half boards. And Canevin has to chase all the way back on their own end. Glover is ridden hard into the glass by Moniotis. Moniotis, the freshman, in a penalty-killing role in here, trying to kill some more time off that clock. 1:25 to go in the Crusader power play. 12:45 to go in the second period. Neshannock leading 2-1. And a bump from behind on one of the Lancers as Canevin plays this puck deep in Neshannock territory. Sarakowski with it. Oh, no, that's Saginaw. I'm sorry, Saginaw between the circles. That shot never made it through from the high slot area. Here's Saginaw again, doing it all himself. Saginaw from the right circle this time, off balance. Tried a shot pass there to Andrejko, but it was not to be, and Neshannock clears. Moniotis with another good play there, doing the little things right on that shift for Mark Multeri, and he likes what he sees over on that Neshannock bench as his puck is misplayed back to center. Crusaders have to tag up with half a minute to go in the power play. Under 12 to go to the ice cut. Bishop Canevin looking to get back on level terms here in their season opener with the reigning two-time Division II champions. Here's Ian Thurman. Thurman behind the net. Sets it up for Warhold. Warhold on his backhand. Penalty over. Neshannock back to full strength, but the Crusaders still have the puck. Saginaw had his pocket pick, but Andrejko sent it for Saginaw. Puts it on net. Rennick was ready, and he freezes. Another big PK there for the Lancers, who preserve their one-goal lead with 11:13 to go in period 2. 2-1 the score. Identical to the score of the last meeting between these teams, in which there was a trophy at stake at the Lemieux complex. And from the boards, it's Bishop Canevin fighting for possession. Here's Masterka out in front. That's denied. The rebound is put wide by Warhold. In front, it's loose. Lancers try to clear it. And it looks like finally they will get it back to neutral ice. Bucci stood up in front of his own bench. Has to just dump this puck deep. And the Crusaders play it up ahead to Tiernan. Tiernan, the diminutive forward, back 1-on-2 as he ducks around a check. Tiernan trying to skate around another check. He still has this puck for Bishop Canevin. Tiernan reversing the play. For the left point, it's whistled wide. Warhold behind the net. Neshannock is the first one to it. Brady Ligore, the sophomore, sending it deep. No icing. And the action relentless here in the second period with 10 minutes to go. And now there will be an icing call, and it will go against Bishop Canevin, with the Crusaders trailing 2-1. This puck goes bouncing all the way back to the Neshannock blue line off the faceoff. And it's gathered in by Saginaw. Saginaw is hit hard against the boards. And it squirts free to the Lancers defensively. Alberti for Moniotis. Floating puck in the Neshannock zone is played back to center, just barely back to neutral ice by the Lancers. Canevin has to tag up, and they'll give this puck away to McConaughey. McConaughey getting it deep. Off the boards, it's intended for Moniotis. Moniotis couldn't reach it, though. And Sarakowski shrugs off Moniotis as he's being held from behind. Nothing called. And now Andrejko tries to center it. It comes to Saginaw. Saginaw putting it just wide. He had Rennick out of position there, but couldn't put it on target. And now a whistle and a stoppage in play. And another unsportsmanlike conduct penalty is being assessed here. And it's going to go against Bishop Canevin again. It's going to go on Andrejko this time. Andrejko must have mouthed off to one of the officials. And so the Lancers will get their second power play. They cashed in on their first go-ahead goal by Marcelo Sarasi at the beginning of this period. And here's a chance the other way for Sarakowski, shorthanded, as he lost his stick. He was dispossessed by Valentine. Some 8-on-8 crime there as Valentine comes back the other way. Cross ice for Fabricant. Fabricant down low. Now back to Fabricant at the left point. It's deflected wide of goal by DeJulia. Good keep there by Valentine at the right point. Valentine off his own man. And from the friendly fire, as I untie my tongue, it's cleared back to center. A minute 15 to go in the man advantage for the Lancers, who are trying to add to a 2-1 lead. A chance for Saginaw. He shoots and he's robbed by Rennick. With 8 to go to the ice cut. Oh boy. Ryan Saginaw looks up and lets out a hearty woulda, coulda, shoulda. He forced a turnover and went right to the net. But there Rennick was ready with his glove. And what a performance he's having in net thus far. Logan Quigley with some space now on the power play for Neshannock. Off-balance shot! He scores! It's gotta be the hair cotton. Logan Quigley makes it 3-1 Lancers. He just kind of ripped that puck to the glove hand side, and it fooled Worstel. Another power play goal for Neshannock. They're 2 for 2, and they lead by 2 here in period 2 with 7:49 to play. 3 unanswered goals for the champs. And a chance the other way for Bishop Canevin to maybe get one back here, a 2-on-1. Centered for Tiernan. Tiernan shoots it into the glove! Oh, Gavin Rennick loves him some leather. Another great glove save by the Neshannock senior. A 2-on-1 for the Crusaders, and man, have they had their chances in this game, but Rennick is standing tall, and he keeps it a 3-1 contest. Parzinski off the face-off. Crusaders starting to acquit themselves better and better on face-offs as the game has gone on. But they're trying to solve a hot goaltender in the person of Gavin Rennick. As this puck comes deep into Neshannock ice, played by Sarakoski. Sarakoski trying to go out in front to nobody in particular, and instead it's taken by Fabricant as the Lancers get it back to center, and here's a chance the other way for McConaughey. McConaughey, high slot area, puts it wide of the net, and the rebound is taken by Glover, but not cleared. Dribbling puck controlled by Saginaw, the lone Bishop Canevin scorer, and plays it dangerously in front of his own goaltender. You want to be careful with those, young man. Saginaw, right circle, off-balance shot into the protective netting. And we get a stoppage with 6.5 to go to the ice cut. Both teams going to make some changes here before the face-off in Lancer territory. Marcelo Sarasi and Logan Quigley with a pair of power play goals in this period. For Quigley, his second goal of the season. And that's the difference right now. Face-off won by the Crusaders. Here's Lashley scoring! I love Lamp! Justin Lashley, the defenseman, gets Bishop Canevin right back into this game. That might have caught a piece, of one of the other Crusaders on its way in behind Rennick. But for now, we're going to give Justin Lashley, the senior blue liner, credit for that goal. And it's a 3-2 hockey game. Canevin slices into that, slices into that Neshannock lead. On the off wing, Tiernan unable to do anything with his puck. Now he puts it on goal, and Rennick had to be ready for that one as it's cleared back through center. Now the Crusaders with a bit of mojo as they come the other way. Here's Misterka shooting it off in a Neshannock body. And that was Andrew Alberti gapping it up. Tiernan dropping it back. And up ahead for Cavato. Cavato had some trouble playing that puck at the Neshannock blue line. And they're going to give credit for the goal to Misterka. They're going to say Misterka deflected the shot by Lashley from distance. So for now, it'll go in the books as Jack Misterka's goal, and for the sophomore, that's his first of the season. And we'll give Lashley the primary helper. He had 8 assists from the Canevin blue line last year. And here come the Crusaders trying to equalize with under 5 to go in the second period. But the Lancers have it in their own end, and they bring it up with some urgency through center. Here's Valentine 1-on-2. Valentine driving between the circles. Valentine trying to do a little too much there, and Canevin rubs him out of the play. Penalty coming up against the Lancers now. Extra man trying to come on for Canevin rather, but it's a moot point as Neshannock touches up. And a 4th power play chance on the night will go the way of the Crusaders. Tripping the call. And that's one of the most convincing tripping calls I've ever seen in my life. Nice work there, Morgan. Valentine, the guilty party. And here are the Crusaders on a late power play in this second period after pulling to within 1 already. From the high slot area, Saginaw deflects it, puts it on goal, and where it's deflected just wide. Off the pads of Rennick now, it goes behind the net. Crusaders operate it with it carefully as it comes to Saginaw. Saginaw to the corner. Parzinski out in front. That went by everybody. Glover has it, left point. Glover through a crowd. Save made, it's loose. Rennick doesn't know where it is, and it's pushed to the corner. But again, the Lancers unable to clear. Slap shot deflected on net. Dribbles just wide. Lucky bounce there for Neshannock. Out in front it goes. Oh, a pass way too heavy there from Ondrejko, and Canevin has to tag up. Neshannock trying to change penalty killers on the fly here as we are halfway through the man advantage. Sarakowski drops it for Parzinski. Parzinski, cross ice for Glover, into the glove of Rennick, and there is no rebound. 52 to go in the Bishop Canevin power play. 3:27 to go in the second period. Neshannock holding on to a 3-2 lead at the moment. And the Lancers get it clear, and they might have a chance shorthanded. Here comes Quigley. No, that's not Quigley. That's Cale McConaughey trying to center this puck for John Moniotis. But it was broken up by Canevin. Good hustle on the back check there to thwart the chance. And at the other end, Rennick won't take any chances of his own. 31 to go in the power play for Bishop Canevin. But that misplay could have cost him. Canevin skating hard to cover up that little sequence. They get a face-off in Neshannock territory here. And they win it cleanly to the left point for Evans. Evans from the top of the circle. Save made, rebound, cleared out of there by Alberti. Last rush, perhaps, for the Canevin power play. 1 for 3 thus far. Here's Evans surveying things. Comes through the circle. Over the Neshannock blue line. Evans on one hand to the corner. Lost control of the puck, and the Lancers are going to kill it. And Canevin's got to be careful here with Valentine coming out of the box. He was looking to spring himself the other way, but nothing doing. Valentine does have it now, and he'll send it off the Canevin bench and back to center. So Neshannock killing off 3 consecutive penalties to hang on to their lead here late in the second period. Tiernan behind the Neshannock net. To the corner. And it's taken by Jack Masterka, the recent goal scorer. Toward the net. It's out in front. Valentine trying to clear, and he will. Last 2 minutes of the period. Ligore up for Quigley, too far. Valentine can't glove it down. And the Crusaders will get this puck deep. Kept alive at the left point by Saginaw. Saginaw centers it for Lashley. Lashley's shot blocked. Good block there by Sarasi. And Sarasi was able to catch up to this lead pass and center it as it's played away carefully by Sarakowski, the Canevin captain. Final 70 of the period. Crusaders offside.
Great camera work on the offside play. Jeez Louise. I did. Well, I missed him. I had to die over here. So ready for it. Yeah, I know.
Face-off coming outside the Neshannock blue line. Quigley against Saginaw. Quigley wins it. Logan Quigley with the go-ahead goal in this game thus far. Give away to Jones. Jones whistles it over the top of the goal, and diving out of his crease to freeze it is Worstel. And face-off coming up to Worstel's right, and it's won by Neshannock. Back to the point for Hamilton. Hamilton unable to keep it there. And a lead pass for Sarakowski. Sarakowski to the net. Sarakowski backhander denied by Rennick. Sarakowski was unable to get a clean shot on goal. 35 to go in the period. Chance for Neshannock possibly the other way. Sarasi is poke checked neatly by Parzinski. And Canevin retreats to play this puck with 20 to go. Up to Saginaw. Last chance maybe in the period for either team. Sarakowski over the blue line. Sarakowski up ahead from a bad angle. Saginaw puts it off Rennick and catches up to the puck. Centers it for Parzinski. Parzinski up into the netting. And there will be a face-off with 4 seconds left. Parzinski had some room to shoot. But then in a blink of an eye, the room disappeared. Off the face-off, Glover to the point. Sarakowski through a screen. It's loose. Oh, Rennick did not know where that puck was. And fortunately for his sake, he had it covered as the buzzer sounds. So we'll cut the ice at Ice Castle, and we'll come back for the third with a score. The Neshannock Lancers 3, the Bishop Canevin Crusaders 2. I'm Matt Popchock, and you're watching it on PIHL Hockey Night Live on 10-Band TV, presented by Weight Loss Direct.
Look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. We utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you could stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more. Ah, look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. You utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you could stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more.
To build a fire. I just did.
Back at the house where Bugsy built between periods here at the Ice Castle, Castle Shannon, there's just something about seeing that Croatian flag greet you overhead as you walk in the doors. It makes us think of the Mirovic family. But I digress. It is PIHL Hockey Night Live on 10-Band TV. And it is all sponsored by Weight Loss Direct, with Neshannock leading Bishop Canevin after two by a score of 3-2, folks. And we thank Weight Loss Direct for sponsoring tonight's doubleheader on PIHL Hockey Night Live on 10-Band TV. Next, we have Seneca Valley at Baldwin, but we have to finish Bishop Canevin versus Neshannock. And the host Crusaders got on the board first in period one, late in the period, on a power play goal by Ryan Saginaw off a face-off win. Neshannock tying it at even strength on the fifth goal of the regular season by freshman Nick Bucci. And it was 1-1 after one. In the second period, a pair of power play goals by Neshannock gave the Lancers a 3-1 advantage. Marcelo Sarasi converting first, and sometime later, Logan Quigley finding the net on the man advantage for Neshannock. And Neshannock special teams doing Trojans work on the penalty kill to keep it a two-goal game until Jack Masterka, the sophomore, scored his first of the season for Bishop Canevin on a deflected shot that came from Justin Lashley at the center point. And that is where we stand right now. The Lancers trying to hold on here for what would be a big early season road win against a team they held off in the Division II championship game last spring. Bishop Canevin on the other end, coached by Eric Glover, one of 12 Division II teams this year, looking to start off their regular campaign with a victory. Well, what is Division II, you might ask? Well, in 2004, Ed Sam, the PIHL commissioner, started a fourth PIHL classification because simply he wanted more kids to be able to play hockey. And so the so-called open division was born. And several administrations and years later, it became known as the B division, and today, Division II. And what makes Division II unique? Well, a lot of these teams are co-op teams. They're teams consisting of kids from multiple school districts who come together to form enough players to form a team. Some of the co-op schools that have contributed to the Neshannock team are Kennedy Catholic, Mercer, and Hickory. Some of the co-op schools that have contributed to the Canevin squad over the years, in recent years, Keystone Oaks and Seton LaSalle. Bishop Canevin, one of only two Class AA programs to win 500 games all time in organized hockey. And Gio Valentine is immediately sent to the ice right on the Canevin blue line to begin the third period as the Crusaders look to make a physical statement to begin the final frame, needing a goal to tie. And it's sent back to the Neshannock blue line where it's played near side for Kent Jones. Over to Saginaw for Bishop Canevin. Saginaw from the right circle over the glove hand of Rennick as it deflects out of play. So 35 seconds into the period, we'll get our first face-off. Opening draw notwithstanding, of course. And it comes to the left of Gavin Rennick, the Neshannock senior. What a game he's had in goal. Off the face-off, the Crusaders try to get it to the net quickly, but it's blocked. The Lancers recovering to try and clear this puck from their own zone, and it's flipped back to the center circle where it's gloved down and a high stick on the puck is called. And so we'll drop it inside Bishop Canevin territory, and I gotta scratch my head over that one, quite honestly. If anything, you could say maybe a hand pass, but I think even that would be generous because the Canevin player in question just gloved it down to himself. He really wasn't looking to go anywhere with that puck, but in any event, it's back to the far boards in Canevin ice. It's poked at by one of the Lancers. That's Brady Legore. Up to the left point it comes. Neshannock gets it deep. And a hard bump there by Bucci on Parzinski. Into the far corner it comes. Lancers fighting for it, but the Crusaders come away with this puck. Comes back to center. Lancers have to tag up as Bishop Canevin gathers it in, but not for long. Here's DeJulia. DeJulia with a little shot pass there intended for McConaughey. That would not connect. Valentine behind the goal. Unable to hook up with a man on the other side of the cage. That was McConaughey again. And here comes Canevin counterattacking. Backdoor play is broken up. Good coverage there by McConaughey on the back check. Taking away the pass to Saginaw. Crusaders make a line change behind the play. Evans in Neshannock territory where it's met by the glove of Christopher Johns defensively. Crusaders come in offside with 14:51 to play in the third. 3-2 Neshannock. And the Crusaders and Lancers will face it off in front of the Neshannock bench. Neshannock wins this draw. Outletted to McConaughey. McConaughey trying to drag it back to the center point, but it was broken up there by the Crusaders. Good stick check there as Bishop Canevin enters the Neshannock zone. Here's Tiernan going right side to Warhold. Warhold into the corner for Misterka. Misterka to Tiernan on the half wall. Tiernan gave it away to one of the Lancers. That was Jones. Jones around the boards. And from the half wall, it's played by Neshannock. And that is Menitis. Menitis on this puck. Off the side of the net. That's denied by Worstall. Out in front it comes, and a bouncing disc goes behind the Canevin net. A near side collision there will result in an offside on the Lancers. Now, both these teams can defend very well, as we saw at the end of last season. Not a lot of room out there to start for either side. And in a one-goal game with Neshannock ahead, that's the way the Lancers won it. A lot of skill on that Canevin side, though, as we've seen throughout the night. And they really tilted the ice at the beginning of this game, and Neshannock really had to withstand an early onslaught to stay in this contest. And to keep at the left point there by number 14 of the Crusaders as it's kept alive by Evans. Center point. Crusaders lose it. Neshannock in transition. Over the line comes Sarasi, who has a goal in this game. Sarasi centers it. Broken up neatly by the man in front. That was Warhold of Canevin. And from the side of the net, it's covered by Worstel with not quite 4 minutes gone in this third period. Both teams making changes. And off the faceoff, a quick kick save there by Worstel. Johns blew a tire there as he kept the puck alive at the right point. But the Lancers are still on the attack here. Good forecheck here by Neshannock as this shot is blocked by Sarakowski. Excuse me. Christopher Johns with another keep through a crowd. It's blocked, and that hurt one of the Crusaders in front. Nathan Cavato leaning over, and he is in some pain right now as I think that caught his hand as he was trying to block it. And he gives the motion. His left hand is in a world of pain there as he goes to get examined by the Canevin trainer. And the Crusaders survive that sequence and get it back into the Neshannock end. Steal by Canevin from between the circles. On the backhand, this puck put wide by Sarakowski. Oh no, that was Saginaw, I'm sorry, looking for his second of the night. 18, not to be confused with 8 in white, dark blue, and light blue. Saginaw with it atop the left circle. Goes right side now to Glover. Glover down low. Deflected in front. It's loose. Crusaders poking at it, and they put it right into the body of Rennick, who is toppled over as the whistle sounds. And Rennick is a little bit slow to get up, but he will get up eventually. And the injury on Cavato looks like actually a lower body injury, not upper. They're checking out, I'm told unofficially, the left leg, the back of the knee. In any event, Canevin has this puck in Neshannock territory. Glover slapping it off his own man. Some friendly fire there on Misterka as the Lancers are able to clear. And it was tough to see where that puck actually caught Cavato, but catch him it did in any event. Lancers with a turnover at center ice. They come back the other way, leading this game 3-2 with 11 minutes to go in regulation. Season opener for the Bishop Canevin Crusaders. Neshannock looking to go 3-0 and get a leg up on the competition in the gold division of Division II. Monitis from long range. That will not be icing. Crusaders played it around the horn, but they give it up. A turnover there to the Lancers and a dangerous opportunity there for one of the Lancers. That was McConaughey back the other way, trying to clear that puck out of his own end is Kinchlow, and he will do so successfully. And now this will be icing against Neshannock as it went over referee Hendry's head and into the near corner. Face off to the left of Rennick.
Huh? Yeah, it's not hitting it as much now.
Hendry will drop the puck, and the Crusaders have it. Off the face-off, it's Kalanish. Kalanish to the boards for Cavato. Kalanish fighting for it. And Sebastian Rennick, the junior forward, overskated that puck as he's on the ice here in the third period for Mark Molteri's club. Under 10 to go in the third in a 3-2 game that favors the Lancers. And now Cavato, we're happy to say, back on here for Canevin, playing this puck defensively, but it's given up to Kinchlow. Good shoulder bump there by Doug Sador, the senior, to ride him off the puck, and Bishop Canevin retakes possession. Long lead pass intended for 14 of Bishop Canevin. That's broken up by Jones. Crusaders have it again, though. This outlet pass too heavy. No icing, they say. They're going to say Fabricant could have played that puck. And so we play on here. Saginaw in pinching. Up it comes now to McConaughey. McConaughey a little too far for Valentine. Deflected lead pass, no icing. Valentine gets to the puck first, but he's rubbed off the play by Cavato. 14 with the poke check back to center. Number 14 not appearing on our Bishop Canevin varsity roster. We apologize. As Valentine plays it through center. From the corner it comes. Crusaders in after it. Sarakowski from distance. Oh, that deflected over top the net. Andrejko was trying to get a redirect there in front of Rennick. Turnaround tries broken up as they cut off the shooting lane for Sarakowski. Up to center it comes now. And here's DeJulia putting it hard off a Canevin body as the Crusaders counterattack. And they come in over the line. Here's Parzinski centering. Broken up. More good gap control defensively by Neshannock. They played a really strong road game tonight, especially in their own end. As we get an icing call against the Lancers. Under 8 to go in this third period. Still a 3-2 game. Gavin Rennick, made 21 saves the last time he faced Bishop Canevin in PIHL play. I do not have the official score sheet, live score sheet in front of me at the moment because it is not live, alas. But I'd wager he's made at least that many tonight. Offside on Neshannock with 7:26 to go. And so this will be dropped just outside the Canevin blue line. Logan Quigley to take it, and Quigley would get credited with the game winner if this score holds up. And the puck is sent all the way back into Lancer ice, in behind the goal. Played on the backhand there by Legore defensively. Crusaders keep it at the point. Deflected on goal. It's loose, bouncing around. Crusaders can't catch up to it. Now they will. Put out in front off the body of Rennick and right to an Neshannock defenseman. Sarasi, top of the left circle. Into the stomach and the glove of Worstel, who retaliates with a shove right into one of the Lancers. Now Worstel shoved from behind. And now both teams pushing and shoving. Well, we might get some penalties here with 6:55 to go in the third. Worstel didn't like the contact after the whistle was blown, so he turned around and shoved one of the Neshannock players. And then everybody just kind of went for a man. And somehow, some way, we're going to still play 5-a-side. I'm a little surprised we didn't get penalties out of that, to be honest. In any event, it's Lashley behind his own net for Bishop Canevin. Taking off the puck, but good support there by Canevin's Aiden Millay. Millay is taken off the disc as Neshannock takes it over at center. And now a hard leg-on-leg hit on one of the Lancers. That's going to be a penalty on Evans. Tripping is the call. I personally could have gone kneeing. They're going to go tripping, tomato. In any event, that was pretty obvious and not a smart penalty for Evans to take there. I don't think it was intentional, but when you do that in front of an official, they're going to call it 100 times out of 100. I'm sorry. Neshannock has scored twice on the power play already. And they get it to the right point. Oh, a break for Canevin there as the drop pass sailed under the stick of Gio Valentine with 6 to go in the third. And the bigger narrative is this is less time for Bishop Canevin to be on the attack. There's really not any pressure for Neshannock to score here. They just got to keep the puck deep and be smart. They go cross ice to Valentine. Valentine shoots. Save made. The rebound clear to the point. Kept alive by Fabricant from the left circle. McConaughey puts it off a Canevin body. Now it's deflected right out in front. Oh, what a block there as Parzinski was hobbled. Now here comes Saginaw shorthanded. Saginaw 1-on-2. Saginaw dangles, lost the puck. McConaughey stuck right with him. Midway through the penalty kill are the Crusaders, still down by a goal. 5:15 to go, third period. McConaughey, met by a bunch of white jerseys, gives up the puck, but gets it back at the right point. His shot pass misses everybody. Lashley on his backhand, couldn't clear. One of the Crusaders lost an edge, but Lashley will clean up his own mess. Half a minute to go on the Neshannock power play. And a hard hit there on one of the Lancers. That's Quigley being contacted hard by Lashley. Back to center it comes. 15 to go in the power play. This would be a big kill here and a critical one for Canevin if they can get it. And Neshannock intend to just play this puck safely as the penalty to Evans will expire. And we're back to 5-a-side. Flip back to center for Sarakowski. Sarakowski for Masterka. Masterka over the line. Masterka shoots just wide. He didn't miss by much. Out in front it comes. Deflected aside defensively by Neshannock. And the Lancers come back to center, 2-on-2. Gaining the red line and sending it deep is Sarasi as it goes out of play. Under 4 to go in regulation. Still a 3-2 game. Around the boards it goes. And where it stops at the stick of Parzinski. And from the circle, it's played there by Neshannock's Kinchlow, I'm sorry. Canevin gathers it in and comes back to center, 3 men strong. Poked at by Sarakowski. In pinching is Saginaw. Saginaw goes down as it's flipped into the Lancer bench for a stoppage in play. I wonder who won the 50-50. Wasn't one of us. That's the least of the worries of the fans off to our right here as their team is down 3-2 on home ice with 3 minutes to go. Neshannock, the 2-time Division II champs, looking to go to 3-0 to start their title defense. From the left point, Lashley sends it deep. From his own corner, Christopher Johns, the freshman, couldn't get it out. Now Neshannock will get it back through center. Warhold retreating to his own blue line to play the puck. Millay up ahead. Canevin's got to tag up here. And that'll take precious time off the clock, which hits 2:30 remaining in the third period. Lancers 3, Canevin 2. Oh, pretty little maneuver there, and a shot on goal goes wide of the blue paint. Good effort there by Malay, but he just couldn't find the net. On one hand, it's played by Evans. Evans doing it all himself here, gets it to the right point where one of the Crusaders is bodied up by DeJulia. And it comes back to center for McConaughey. McConaughey with a poke check. McConaughey to the goal. McConaughey shoots. Save made by Warstol as the net comes off its moorings. Aiden Warstol, the junior, with his biggest save of the night. Last year, 196 goals against, 917 save percentage, and 1 win as a backup for Eric Glover's club. And he gets the honor of starting on opening night for the Bishop Canevin Crusaders tonight. And what a save that was as he rubs Logan Quigley moments later on a backdoor play with 1:51 left. The Lancers trying everything they can to put this game on ice. As again, Warstol covers from distance. And you know Eric Glover wants to try and get him off as soon as he can, but the Lancers aren't making it easy. That puck takes a bad Canevin bounce, but the Crusaders have it now. And here coming the other way over the line is Glover. Glover couldn't get a clean look on net. Crusaders have it at the right point. Here's a shot by Saginaw, deflected wide. 1:25 to go. Will Warstol come off for the extra attacker? Let's see. Bodies are flying in the Neshannock zone as the puck comes around the boards. Crusaders with another keep. Good play there by Parzinski. Parzinski in behind the goal line. Lost control of the puck though, and the Lancers are trying to clear it with a minute to go in the game. And this will be icing on Neshannock, and now let's see if Glover uses his timeout. And they're trying to call for the timeout. I don't know if the officials hear them. Now they see the timeout motion, the big gesture there by Glover. And so Bishop Canevin will use its timeout with 56.5 seconds remaining in the third period. And Neshannock leading 3-2. Now, the last few meetings between these teams have all been tight, low-scoring affairs. As we said, the Crusaders last season swept the regular season series, won the divisional title. They went into the playoffs as the number 1 seed, and Neshannock the number 2 seed. And their collision course to the Division II final ended with a Neshannock victory. Neshannock beginning the season by outscoring its first 2 opponents by an aggregate 19-2. Tonight has been a very different story. And what a character win this would be for the Lancers if they can survive this final minute. Mark Multeri continuing to work magic with this co-op program as we do have an empty net down to our right. So Canevin will play 6-on-5 for the time being. Parzinski sends it to the boards. Evans has to go in after it. It's cleared up but not out. To the corner it comes. Valentine going in after it. Valentine from behind his own net flips it the length of the ice, but it's going to be icing. Now, Valentine scored 13 goals last season, and if you're going to trust a player to take that shot in that spot, You got to think that he would be one of those guys. Crusaders win the faceoff, get it to the half wall. It's gathered in and kept just inside the zone by Saginaw. To Glover. Under half a minute to go. The Crusaders need to get it on net. Saginaw, center point, looking for space, goes right side. Here's a shot, just went wide. Glover from the half wall, 18 left. Draw pass to Glover. Glover through the screens, toe save, rebound, it's loose, flipped on net, score! No, it's waved off. It's waved off. They say no goal. They say no goal. They're going to say that Rennick was interfered with, and Rennick is on the ice on his back. He appears to be shaken up. We saw the immediate washout signal for no goal. And again, with 10 seconds exactly remaining on the clock, Morgan is explaining to the Canevin bench what the call is. We can only conjecture that it's goaltender interference. And it looks like Evans is going to get a misconduct penalty. And now, you don't like to see this. For a minute, the Neshannock trainer was getting waved to the goal, but now they're waving her off. It's not the Neshannock trainer, technically. It's the medical official on rink duty. Now, with the misconduct penalty, you can substitute for the guilty player, so it remains 6-on-5. But the Lancers win the faceoff. They send it the length. This will be icing. So with 4.6 seconds left, here's the situation. It's a one-goal game, and the Crusaders, rather, need to win a faceoff, and they need to get a shot off that faceoff on net. Rapidly, we might add. And it's bouncing in front. They score! They score! They score! Stop the press! That ain't all she wrote! Ryan Saginaw taps in the loose puck with 2 seconds left, and we're tied at 3. Unbelievable! Right off the faceoff, that puck was pushed toward the net. Nobody saw it. Not even Gavin Rennick. And Ryan Saginaw had all day and night to put it in. And as they say in PIHL hockey, let's do that bonus PIHL hockey for the first time on Hockey Night Live. There will be a 3-minute sudden victory period, and then a shootout, should that be necessary. Your score. Glover gets the helper, and you just heard Saginaw on the official announcement. And as I was about to say, your score after 3 is Neshannock Lancers 3, Bishop Canevin Crusaders 3. Are you having fun yet? We are here at the Ice Castle in Castle Shannon. Matt Popchock with you for the start of Sudden Victory Overtime presented by Weight Loss Direct. How do you like that for a plot twist? Ryan Saginaw bookending this Bishop Canevin effort with the game's first goal and the last goal of regulation. Can the Crusaders complete the comeback? And now we're going to have a false face-off here as the overtime game clock was never properly started. And Bishop Canevin fans are not happy And in this case, I don't blame them for their consternation because that was a clean face-off win by the Crusaders. With 10 seconds left, Bishop Canevin has an apparent game-tying goal waved off for goalie interference. 8 seconds later, following an icing call, they get it anyway. Andreyko, Saginaw, and Glover, the trio for Canevin. Valentine, McConaughey, and Alberti, the trio, to begin this 3-on-3 sudden victory overtime for the Lancers. And now, what's the holdup? Well, they want the teams to switch sides. That also had not happened yet. And the nice bit of sportsmanship there between the goaltenders. They both played well enough to get their teams to where they are now. And Canevin, again, wins the first faceoff of overtime. And here comes Saginaw, shrugging off a check, but ultimately going to the ice as this puck is played at the top of the left circle by Andreyko for Glover. Glover, who set up the game-tying goal at the end of regulation for Saginaw, who potted the game-tying goal. Saginaw is going to have to play this puck offside. It's a delayed offside, so the Crusaders going to have to tag up here. The Lancers have it from their own end. Alberti up ahead to nobody in particular. Andreyko, the first one to get to it for Glover. 3-on-3 OT here at the Ice Castle. Glover into the Neshannock zone. Glover to the goal. Glover couldn't backhand it in on net. It rolled off his blade at the last moment. Andreyko for Saginaw. Saginaw for Andreyko. Andreyko rubbed hard off the puck. Good check there by Alberti, and here comes Valentine. Valentine one-on-one with Glover. Valentine on one hand. Valentine behind the net. Valentine shrugs off the attempted check. Valentine, turnaround shot. Save made, rebound covered. And Worstel got a quick whistle, and we're going to get a holding call here. Referee Morgan making the holding gesture. And it's going to go against Glover. They're going to say Glover unfairly impeded Valentine as he was entering the offensive zone. So Neshannock will have the power play for the remainder of overtime. Again, they've scored twice on the power play already, have the Lancers, as the Crusaders get a clear. So we'll play 4-on-3 now, as opposed to 3-on-3 in favor of Neshannock, obviously, just like they do in the NHL. And here come the Lancers. DeJulia knocked off the puck. And a good play there by Parzinski to clear it in one fell swoop. Halfway through the overtime, 3-3 the score. Neshannock with an overtime power play, but a steal here by one of the Crusaders. Malay with a shot deflected wide. Jones up to center, but it's turned over to Bishop Canevin. Evans clears it. Now is Bishop Canevin playing for the shootout at this point? One wonders. Here the other way comes Misterka. Misterka to the net. It's loose between the circles, cleaned up by the Lancers as two of the Lancers went down in their own zone. Final minute of overtime. Here comes DeJulia. DeJulia 1-on-3 is poke checked by Misterka. Behind the net it comes. Misterka skidding out from behind his own cage. He is slashed as play continues. Misterka 1-on-3. Misterka gets it deep. 35 to go. 4-on-3 power play in overtime for Neshannock, but they've had trouble getting set up in the Canevin zone. Now here's Valentine. Valentine to the net. Valentine makes a move. Valentine shoots. Save made as the net is dislodged behind Worstel. Worstel going full snow angel to keep it out of the net. Oh, 22 seconds left in overtime. Monitis to take it for Neshannock. And he will concede to Kalanish, who will help Canevin clear it. Final 15 of overtime. One last chance for the Lancers if they hurry. If being the operative word. 8 seconds. 7, 6, 5. McConaughey looking for a lane. And it's poked aside. But Kalanish is not going to have an opportunity to shoot it. And so we will go to the weight loss direct shootout. Well, a lot of PIHL players years ago lobbied to add the shootout as a feature to PIHL games, and it took a number of years for it to gain traction among the Board of Governors, but in recent years, as the leadership makeup of the league has changed, the shootout has become integrated in a regular season play. 3-3 between Neshannock and Bishop Canevin at the end of overtime. Both teams get a point regardless. We should point that out. So Bishop Canevin earns its first point of the season, and the first shooter for Neshannock will be Brian McConaughey. McConaughey slowly comes up to this puck. He takes his time crossing the blue line. He's in on net. And he scores! Neshannock with the goal in round one as Bishop Canevin gets ready to shoot for the first time. And readying himself to shoot for Bishop Canevin is Aiden Millay. Millay over the blue line to the goal. Saved by Rennick. He stayed with Millay and got the leg out at the last moment to keep it from crossing the line, and it is 1-0 Neshannock after one shootout round. Gio Valentine, the next Neshannock shooter. Valentine to the goal. He's denied. A loud left leg save by Warstol. And it remains 1-0 Neshannock through 1.5 shootout rounds. Bottom of the second round, and it is Brian Kalanish to shoot for Bishop Canevin. Kalanish to the goal. Scores! Oh, those silky smooth hands! He snuck it under the right leg of Gavin Rennick. And it is 1-1 after two shootout rounds. Nick Bucci, the freshman, to shoot next for Neshannock. Bucci deliberately toward the goal. Popchock! Warstol stops Bucci. And it remains 1-1 after 2.5 rounds. Let's see now what Saginaw can do. Can Ryan Saginaw complete the comeback? Stopped by Rennick. And we are 1-1 after three shootout rounds. The fourth shooter for Neshannock is Logan Quigley. He's stopped by Warstol. And the littlest crusader of them all, Ian Tiernan, with the Crusader student section on their feet roaring. This is incredible. He's got a chance in round four. Tiernan to the net. Score! He scores! Tiernan wins it in the shootout for Bishop Canevin. You gotta love it. Oh my goodness, Ian Tiernan the junior. The shortest player on the Canevin roster with the biggest play of the night. What a way to end it. Your final score, Bishop Canevin 4, Neshannock 3, as Bishop Canevin prevails 2-1 in a 4-round shootout. What a game, and what a way for the Bishop Canevin Crusaders to open their 2022-2023 season. A come-from-behind victory. They extend it to overtime with 2 seconds to spare, and they win it in the shootout and get a measure of revenge on the D2 champions. Next up, Seneca Valley at Baldwin. I'm Matt Popchock, and you've seen it all on PIHL Hockey Night Live on 10-Band TV, presented by Weight Loss Direct. Stick around.